going on, guys? Zach Hops Outdoors here, and I'm going to be going over my top 5 favorite fall baits. And really, I have 6 here, but I'm just going to name the top 5 favorite because 2 of them are kind of like a tie for me. I'm going to be telling you the rod, the reel, line, the whole setup, how to be throwing these baits on, and where I'd throw them, how I'd work them, or whatever. And some of these baits I have are interchangeable with some others. Like I have some other baits here that to the side that I'd probably throw maybe instead of these sometimes. Depends on the conditions. But let's get into this. So for the first bait, I always, no matter what time of the year it is, I have a jig tied on. And this jig is a Jack Baits Dock Rock jig, and just green pumpkin with a little curly tail grub trailer on it. And the reason I have this trailer is because I could either work this as a swim jig or I can work it on the bottom. Either way, if I want to work it as a swim jig, I have that little bit of water displacement from this tail that them fish really key on during the fall. And I would be throwing this around docks or brush or rock. I throw this anywhere I come up to. I always have it tied on, and I'll be ready to throw it. And the rod setup I'd throw that on, I'd probably throw it on a 7-foot medium heavy rod with 16 or 17, depends here. I like kind of a lighter line, so I'll probably throw this on a 16-pound test fluoro, probably Sunline fluoro. And yeah, so like I said, I throw this pretty much everywhere during the fall. Either you can swim it or just work it on the bottom back to you, however you like to work it. Sometimes I find that swimming jig next to docks, you can get a little more reaction strikes on these. So that was the first bait. The second bait, I always have a shaky head tied on too. One of my favorite baits to throw all year round. Shaky head always produces you fish. And I like throwing it on a spinning reel sometimes and a bait caster. It depends how heavy I'm throwing. Anything from a quarter up, I'll throw on a bait caster, and then anything under a quarter, I'll throw on a spinning rod. I'm not really too picky. I like both. But I like a straight tail worm on my shaky heads. This one is just a Zoom. I think this is, I don't think they make this color anymore, or they might, I don't know. It's called Kudu. It's an older color. I have a couple bags of these that I've had for a while. And the head, I forgot what type of jig head this is. I don't know. If I find it, I'll link it down in the description. And I'd be throwing this on, if I was throwing it on baitcaster, probably 12 to 14 pound fluoro, just straight fluoro. I'll throw in a spinning rod, probably just 20 pound braid to a 10 pound fluorocarbon leader. And the rod, if I was throwing in a baitcaster, 6/8 to 7 foot medium action rod, and a probably just 6/8 to 1 gear ratio reel. And probably a 7-foot medium light if I was throwing it on a spinning rod, and any size reel. My third bait is a fluke. I love throwing flukes during the fall. I always get a ton of bites on flukes. And I'll be throwing, usually throw this around docks too. I throw a lot of these baits I have here around docks, just because at the lake I fish, they school up around docks and stuff during the fall. And I'm throwing this on a 1/8 ounce Gamakatsu belly-weighted swim hook, 3/0 hook. And the fluke that's on here is just a Zoom Super Fluke or whatever. But if I was going for a little bit bigger fish, I'd probably throw the Magnum flukes. It's a bigger size fluke. I don't know. It's a big fluke, but I get a lot of bigger bites on the bigger fluke. And I'd be throwing this on probably the same as my shaky head setup, really. Probably 14 pound fluoro, medium action rod, 6/8 to 1 gear ratio reel, and throwing it around docks, like I said, over brush piles. It works really well. Yeah. So for my fourth bait, everybody's throwing a spinner bait during the fall. You just catch a lot of big fish on it during the fall for some reason. One tip I have for you though, for blades, I would only throw double willow leaves. I just have a lot of confidence in double willow leaves, and I don't think you need that much displacement in the water, especially during the fall whenever you're just throwing spinner baits like this. Like Colorado blades, I rarely throw during the fall, pretty much never, unless the water is like super dirty. And you don't have to have a gold blade on here. This one just has it, and this is a War Eagle spinner bait with a Zoom Swimming Fluke trailer on it. And the setup I'll be throwing that on, probably 7-foot, 7.3, medium and medium heavy action rod, whatever your preference, medium or medium heavy. The line I'd probably be throwing this on, 17-pound fluoro. I like throwing this around wood and stuff, especially in ponds. Any cover that's there, I'll throw that spinnerbait around. And for the 5th bait, I like throwing a buzz bait. And there's some baits that are interchangeable with this. I only have one other one here with me that I'll show you guys in a second. But this is Strike King spinnerbait. And I typically like clacking ones. And if they aren't clacking, as you can see, I bend the wire. I bend it to where whenever that blade hits it, it hits the head and it clacks in the water. I just have a lot of confidence in clacking spinnerbaits, and I always throw trailer hooks on it. This one doesn't have a trailer hook right now because I haven't thrown this one yet this year, really. I have another one that I have tied on my spinnerbait rod, and I'll throw this on on braid. I throw all my top water on braid, spooks, poppers, buzz baits, everything on braid. I've never had a problem with ripping the hooks out of a fish's mouth from setting the hook with braid, which I really don't set the hook on top water with braid unless I'm fishing a buzz bait. But anything with treble hooks, I just kind of sweep into them like you should. And another bait that's interchangeable with this is a spook. I really love throwing spooks during the fall too. This one is I think it's a Strike King Super Spook Junior. I think that's what it's called. This one's got good rattles in it. I love throwing it, making sure you have good rattles in it. Sometimes I throw one knockers, but this one's got really good. I can't think right now. It's got really good rattles in it, and these hooks on here are sticky sharp, and that's really key for top waters, is having really good hooks. And these are, I think, what are these, VMC Mustad hooks maybe? I forgot. I don't remember what hooks are on here, but that's another bait that's interchangeable with the buzz bait. Another bait I throw, maybe not sometimes if the water, the water's just pretty calm or whatever. I like throwing a popper or what is that, chug bug? I like throwing chug bugs and poppers whenever the water's pretty calm and the morning's making a lot of displacement on the water. Just getting them fish to have a reaction bite to it. And like I said, I throw all these on braid. Rod, I like short rods, so like a 6.6 medium heavy action rod. Typically a medium heavy, I like medium heavy. And like I said, I always throw it on braid. So the last bait I have here, guys, is a rattle trap. A rattle trap is super effective in ponds during the fall. I don't really catch that many fish on lakes with this, just because, I don't know, maybe I don't fish it enough in lakes to really get bit that much. But in ponds, I love throwing rattle traps. You catch a ton of fish during the fall on rattle traps. And I like throwing a heavier setup when I'm throwing rattle traps, so I'll be throwing 17-pound fluoro, probably a 7'3" medium heavy action rod, and 7:1-to-1 gear ratio reel. And that is pretty much all the baits I have here, guys. If you guys like these type of videos, tell me, because it's been really hard for me to make some videos lately, guys, because I have school and I have football every day after school, so I don't really get out much to fish anymore unless it's during the weekend. I go out sometimes during the weeks when I have time, but whenever I go out, I go out and have fun fishing, because I don't get to fish that much anymore since summer's over. And if you guys would like me to, I could make some vlogs if you want. I don't know if you guys would like to see something like that. You guys have to tell me in the comments if you want something like that, but I'm going to be trying to get out at least 2 videos a week. I've been slacking really bad lately for like the past 2 months, anywhere from like a month to 2 months. I've been really slacking, so I'm going to try and get the channel back up and going as much as I can. So you guys will be seeing this, today's Saturday. You guys probably be seeing this Saturday. I'm going to edit this real fast, throw it up, and probably go fishing tomorrow, Sunday. If I can get a video out of that, either you'll see it Sunday, Monday, somewhere in between Sunday and Monday. And yeah, guys, so if you guys have any video suggestions, like I said, leave them in the comments. And this has been Zach Howes at the Word, guys. Peace.